How psychological principles are used in everyday life. The principles of psychology are a set of mechanisms applied to individuals to understand neurophysiology and features of psychology. These principles visually assess an individual's psychological state and cognitive abilities, thinking and learning. It is believed that the use of psychological principles in learning and behavior solves the problems associated with relationships within groups and individual human behavior. The utilization of psychological principles in everyday life solves the issues of behavioral functions and communication within groups. Social psychology is concerned with studying human behavior and views the individual as part of a group system. To survey cognitive functions, traditionally, social psychologists apply motivation and nonverbal communication principles, as this provides insight into what and how a person thinks. In the case of testing individuals, their attitudes toward a factor and the changes in behavior that follow after the individual's assessment of the event are evaluated. When exploring group behavior, researchers rely on the waves, movements, that occur within the group, leadership, decision-making, and memory. Understanding the behavioral function of the group should be based on communication as well, because this is how you can assess the effectiveness of the group. Behavioral parameters by which a person can be evaluated include a set of norms that the group's central part is guided. Behavioral deviations are different and may refer to other social phenomena. Sometimes it is political differences, opposition, living conditions, vagrancy is a deviation of norms of living, and drug and alcohol addiction, a radical departure from a healthy lifestyle. Deviant behavior can also be divided into criminal, delinquent, and immoral, in which case the moral and legal component of misconduct is assessed. The parametric assessment is made up of an individual's compliance with the signs of deviance, frequency of repetition, social maladjustment, pronounced age/sex discrepancy, and harm to the individual or others. Therapeutic approaches such as counseling with a psychologist, cognitive behavioral therapy, the use of pharmacological agents, and isolation, in cases of criminal behavior, are utilized to bring deviant behavior back to normal. The treatment method depends on the society where abnormal behavior occurs and its attitude toward people with deviations. Psychologists can apply the principle of psychoanalysis when studying a particular individual and his behavior. Although psychoanalysis is not a thoroughly proven therapeutic modality, it is helpful in some cases. Genetic markers, environmental conditions, character traits, and personal beliefs are among the characteristics that influence individual behavior. It is believed that the individual's behavior is the result of the cumulative influence of various factors, so psychologists direct their activities in such a way as to take them into account. Psychology is applied in all spheres, as its principles increase productivity and effectively organize the interaction between people. Researchers use psychology to assess human behavior and make decisions for organizational effectiveness. The same is practiced in complex organizations, but in this case, the main principle is usually the personal motivation and leadership qualities of group leaders. For any issues considered in court and require the intervention of the law, it is also possible to apply psychology. So, criminologists study the offender's behavior, look for evidence, and make a psychological portrait of the participants in the crime. Undoubtedly, teachers use psychology in learning processes. Crucial for young children, it is reasonable to evaluate individuals' memory, communication in school/university, relations between teachers and students, and the influence of age and gender. Thus, psychology appears in virtually every field, making it an essential sociological tool for studying behavioral functions.